Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where skincare is all about progression over perfection because perfection doesn't exist. Today, I want to talk through, whilst I do my skincare routine, some of possibly the worst skincare beauty trends that I hope I'm pretty sure we're going to leave it in 2024, mainly because trends change so quickly nowadays. You are on my TikTok filming camera, which does tend to have like a bit of a curve to it. So everything's going to look tiny in the middle, then my hands are going to get bigger as they go out. So hopefully you won't notice it. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. And I'm going to be using products from one of my favorite skincare brands of 2024 and now going into 2025. And this is BRINGGREEN. They are actually Olive Young's own by brand. I didn't even realize. This isn't sponsored, but they gifted me their Squid Game collaboration. I just thought when I sit down to videos like this, it might be cool to kind of like show all their products. I'm not gonna be talking about in depth or anything. So let's get into it. I'm gonna start off with the Artemisia Calming Moisture Toner from BRINGGREEN. Calming, soothing, which is always my go-to. I always say calming, soothing, with ceramides in there as well for extra skin barrier support. So the first trend I am begging we see the last of in 2024. No, yeah, the back of in 2024 is the morning shed. Now there's a few reasons behind this, okay? If you don't know what the morning shed is, it's basically where you go to bed with like heatless rollers in, the collagen melting mask, under eye patches, mouth tape. You basically look like a mummy. And then you wake up and you take everything off, and that taking off of everything, shedding all those products is called the morning shed. And it started off actually as not a bad thing at all. Like those collagen overnight masks are great. Mouth tape is not so bad, but there are a few reasons I hate this. And I do hate it. Whenever I see it, I will like roll my eyes. I'll scroll past, I'll be like, no, not watching it. The first reason I hate this is because no one is actually doing this. I'm pretty sure the people that are doing this on TikTok are purely doing it for the views, for the visual, right? It's a good visual hook. I just do not believe that anybody actually sleeps like that anybody can sleep comfortably like that. How can you breathe? How can you actually breathe? Some people have their whole face covered, their eyes covered, then just have their nostrils clear. I would suffocate. I couldn't even fathom doing that. So yeah, I feel like it's more of a visual hook and people aren't really doing it. I maybe feel like they're spending the day like that, then taking it all off in the evening and then going to bed, but pretending for content that is the morning. Also, it is so much effort. They're doing so much. And I'll be honest with you, when they wake up, they don't look that much better. They look like they've done nothing beyond using a good night mask or night moisturizer and then waking up with dewy, glowy skin. I feel like it's a lot of effort for not a lot of change, if that makes sense. They could have got the same effect by just putting a load of Vaseline on their face at the very last stage of their skincare routine. Maybe not the heated curlers, you know, whatever, do whatever with those. I'm gonna use BRINGGREEN's Tea Tree Cica Trouble Soothing Toner Pads, pink edition. They're meant to be like the pink cheeks of the doll. I always forget her name. But I love Tea Tree for my skin at the moment. I'm finding it really soothing, especially for my rosacea. And these ones are nice and light. I'll tell you what, actually, I'm gonna fold it in half because I will do an eye mask at the same time. And that way I could get my redness in there, look. Another reason, as I mentioned, I feel like it started as something quite, you know, like an interesting like skincare tip that was on TikTok, and it's just changed into trying to sell a load of shit on TikTok Shop, as every trend kind of does on TikTok. So now people are trying to sell those off-brand collagen melting masks. They're selling you mouth tape on TikTok Shop. I'm gonna use the gold collagen eye patches from BRINGGREEN. You got the Squid Game logo up there too. They're trying to sell you the off-brand heatless curling stuff. You know, everything they do, the 10 products that they use on their face at night, there's a TikTok Shop link. You know? So it's really just become a way to like sell even more shit nobody needs. I don't usually use eye patches, but I'm finding them very useful at the moment. I don't know, I've just not been sleeping very well at the moment. I don't know. Oh, no, I do know why. I'm trying to learn to sleep on my back for various reasons. None of them actually being related to my skin at all, or like wrinkles or anything like that. Vertigo, shoulder ache, you know, mid-30s kind of stuff. So I'm finding eye patches really do just help kind of like depuff a fair bit. So yeah, there's this massive overconsumption trend linked to it. I don't hate the mouth tape. Mouth tape has been kind of shown to reduce snoring, help with nasal breathing, which supposedly helps give you a deeper sleep. I'm not sure how true all that is, but I feel like a lot of people do use it for that. So it'll be interesting to see how that works for some people. But it's just turned into something so ridiculous and so stupid. Like, I saw a video the other day, maybe Dermangelo was reacting to it actually, of somebody who did a morning shed and they had a sheet mask on, like your normal cotton sheet mask, with one of the collagen masks over the top of it. It made no sense whatsoever. It was just ridiculous and purely for the visual hook. Next trend I think is gonna be left behind in 2024 is glass skin. Bear with me, because I don't think glass skin is ever gonna go out of trend, out of fashion, because what glass skin actually is, it's just a number of steps in a routine to keep your skin being healthy. It's exfoliation, it's barrier repair, it's barrier healing, it's soothing ingredients, it's fermented ingredients. It's about evening your skin tone, you know, it's all basic things that products do, you know, it's just what a skincare routine is, with a real focus on hydration that gives you that natural glow from within. Look, what glass skin has turned into on TikTok is people doing their normal routine, then using like an oil or a really shiny moisturizer, and then just looking really fucking shiny and pretending they got glass skin. That's what I think is going to be left behind in 2024. I think especially with the re-rise of K-beauty's popularity online, especially on TikTok at the moment, I feel like people are actually going to understand K-beauty a lot more. They're kind of going to understand, like, I guess, like the ethos behind Korean skincare. No, not the, what's the word? The approach that Korean skincare actually takes to skincare, you know? And that includes prevention over correction, which is what we always focus on here in the West, right? We focus on our skin's destroyed, let's fix it. Whereas K-beauty and Asian beauty in general really focuses on prevention, preventing any of that from happening. So there's a focus on weaker actives, gentler ingredients, and you don't see that when people do these glass skin routines. They use all their actives and then a really fucking shiny moisturizer. But as I mentioned, with the re-rise of the popularity of K-beauty, I think people are going to understand what it actually is more and understand what glass skin is, or understand what these Korean trends actually are, rather than just a visual hook again, or what Western media is touting something as, you know? So I hope we actually see people understand that glass skin is just caring for your skin in multiple steps and discovering new ingredients. Skin cycling. Now, I know this was it's not really a bad thing, right? Skin cycling, for those who don't know, I'm sure we all do, is basically having your basic routine of cleansing, moisturizing, sunscreen, and then cycling through your vitamin C, retinol, and maybe an exfoliant, I don't really know. It's a skincare routine. This is the thing, it's a great way for people to understand how to start a beginner's skincare routine. And this was basically invented by Dr. Whitney Bowe, I believe, a dermatologist. And it was basically just to be like, this is a basic routine. This is how you do your basic routine that pretty much is fit for everyone. But then of course, people take those trends, they turn them into something else. Like when I was looking up trends for 2025, there was like skin cycling 2.0, and it was like introducing other ingredients. I'm like, this is just a skincare routine. It's not skin cycling to do your skincare routine and then change up your products in rotation. One day you exfoliate, one day you use retinol, one day you use another active. That's always been the case. That is just how you do a skincare routine. There is no skin cycling 2.0. It's just a skincare routine. And you're just using more products. That's how you do a basic skincare routine. So we don't need to take the basic skincare routine, the basic of skin cycling, and then expound on it, because it's just a skincare routine. You know what I mean? It's like me saying breakfast and dinner, food cycling 2.0, breakfast, lunch, dinner, evening snack. That's just how people eat. It's just the basics of what people do. I don't know. It just doesn't need to be expanded on. Beef tallow. If you're not on TikTok, you probably wouldn't have come across beef tallow, which is the new kind of like clean beauty mass movement thing that's going on over on TikTok. Especially with TikTok Shop, the clean beauty cult have found a way to really connect instantly and make money from fear-mongering about chemicals in our skincare. And again, I hate beef tallow for so many different reasons. I'm going to use the Zinc Teca 1.2% Blemish serum from BRINGGREEN, the one in the Squid Game thing says, "Are you ready?" on it, but I'm halfway through this bottle that I bought like, oh my god, like a month ago. But this is known as the 3-day serum because it helps soothe irritated skin and helps with breakouts in 3 days, which I'll have to put to the test when I get another serious breakout. But yeah, my rosacea loves tea tree. So yeah, beef tallow is beef, right? It's like beef fat, I think it is. It's a moisturizer. It's not bad, it's not good, it's fat, but it's very thick. It can cause breakouts, congest skin, and it stinks. It stinks as much as you would think animal fat stinks. So then people are putting in essential oils, which is even worse for your skin. But there's something that annoys me even more, right? Whenever an expert online discusses why beef tallow isn't bad, but it's probably not the best option for everyone, there are people in the comments being like, you would say that you get paid by big pharma, there's no money to be made pushing natural products, all this kind of shit, blah, 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 blah. And there's this one woman who pushes it relentlessly on TikTok, and she's always quoting some irrelevant doctor or some irrelevant professor. By irrelevant, I mean they have no connection to skincare whatsoever. One guy was a neurologist. What the fuck does he know about skincare? Nothing. And they very much lean towards the whole big pharma conspiracy theory people. I'm gonna go off on a bit of a tangent here, but beef tallow seems to have a real connection with the far right. Now, don't get offended. If you lean right, that's you. You do what you need to do. I'm speaking like far right here. But there's a real link between natural skincare, non-toxic skincare, clean beauty, and far right groups. You know, because the majority of these people are into conspiracy theories. There's this idea that nature is better than science. Basically, they always have this link to like a better and purer past, and you know, big pharma's ruining that for everyone, questioning big pharma and modern day science essentially. They all live back on farms and are anti-vax and all that kind of stuff. These are people who are particularly vulnerable to misinformation and will believe it, and these are the kind of people who don't want to do any further research than what appears on their algorithm and that expert that appears on their algorithm, so they're not going to look into it. And this has become so prevalent this year, for me in particular, through fucking beef tallow. And I hope we see the back of it like we have done every other clean beauty magic product. I'm gonna use BRINGGREEN's Artemisa Cera Calming Moisture Repair Cream. This didn't come in the box, this is my own purchase that I've just been like digging into. I use this especially when my skin is feeling a little bit vulnerable. I've been eating like shit, it's been Christmas, I've been eating crap, and it's showing on my skin, I feel. The skinification of hair. Can we just treat hair like it's hair? Because it is. It's very different to skin. There seems to be a real focus this year and going into 2025 on body care and using actives that we see in skincare for our face in body care, which I think is great. I love it, I love it. But it doesn't translate well into hair care because hair is very, very different. And it has led to so much confusion about what our hair actually needs, how it works, and what hair actually is, I guess. Michelle from Lab Muffin, of course, and Abby Young are my go-to for hair information when it comes to hair science, product recommendations, and I highly recommend you check Abby out if you haven't already, and of course Michelle. But there's these trends like double shampooing, like you don't have to do that because we double cleanse our skin. So brands are trying to market like a double cleanse for your hair. I'm gonna use this BRINGGREEN Dalgona lip balm, which I think is so cute. I don't like things in metal tin though. It's a really, really moisturizing lip balm. I've used it already. We're also seeing derms say that you need to avoid drugstore shampoos. You know, the same reasons people used to say that you should avoid drugstore skincare because it's cheap, because it's not made with good ingredients, but it's got filler ingredients, all that kind of stuff. We're seeing that now in hair care, which we know isn't true. You get some really, really good products in the drugstore. Like I use K18 when it's gifted to me because it is fucking amazing. But the shampoo I've used my whole life is Head and Shoulders because it works. I've used it all the time. I feel like there's two reasons this is happening, right? Brands are obviously trying to sell us more shit. They know that as consumers, we are interested in ingredients now, what else we can do with our skin and our hair and our body. So they're trying to sell us more stuff that they think we need. I also feel like they are trying to make hair care easier to understand by referencing skincare because hair is complicated. It's very, very complicated. But listen, I think the popularization of skincare, our interest as consumers in ingredients, we're ready to take on more information. And yes, hair care is more complicated, but let's learn about that, right? Let's actually learn the science behind hair care because we've done it with skin. That seemed complicated at first. And now we all know, we have a pretty good grasp on it. So let's do that with hair. Let's learn some stuff. You don't have to treat us like idiots, it's fine. Let's talk more science about hair, please. But there we go. Those are the trends that I hope we see the back of in 2024. But going into 2025, maybe we'll just relax a little bit more with these trends. I don't want them to completely go. I just want us to kind of bring them back to their roots and what they're actually supposed to be. Let me know some of the trends that you've hated seeing this year in the comments down below. You can watch some more product reviews here, some general light entertainment here, and I'll see you over there.